Hello everybody and welcome to the Los Angeles Times 500 at the all-new Ontario Motor Speedway. What a way to continue our PCS Goes West series, our fourth race of 5 of races in the West Coast. Anthony Boost Carino is your pole sitter today, and this track, we have been there once or twice, but this is a new repaved retro-fitted version. Hopefully it'll be a lot more exciting than what it was before, and it's going to probably be a nod to the good old days of NASCAR. So here we go, 20 laps here at the legendary Ontario in California, not Canada. I'm making sure I don't make that mistake again this time. Green flag. It's the first time I'm racing this track, so hopefully this will be exciting. So far I like it. Gabriel Wanderley leads. Whoa! The high line apparently is not where you want to be. Yeah, definitely the high line is not where you want to be, especially at a track like this. One car's dropping, it's Jacob Lawler, and there's a crash. First caution, first wreck. Wow. Here we go. Whoa! Tent got turned, filing for second. Wow. He got turned around. Ooh, Zygarde and Sean Harple are in it. Wow. And John Kim got a bit of damage. So what a way to start off here in Ontario. A wreck. Yeah, I remember this track was a wreck fest when we first raced here. And it still holds true, even with the remodel version. Oh, James Richardson got turned around. Yep, contact with Daniel Beauchard. And then everybody got up to the wall and everybody just started wrecking. Wow. And I have to note, Connor Breton, by the way, he won at Vegas. He now is in the charter system. Gonna make each and every race from now on, and which is amazing. It's incredible. Bernash, though, in the non-charter group still. And John Arner, by the way, I have to mention, he was demoted. John Arner was demoted to the non-charter status because he was lowest in points among the charter groups. So, but Arner did make the race, though, on time for his first qualifying session as a non-charter car. He did make the race. So, and by the way, first time we have TA2 Racing have all 4 of its cars in a race. Sachs and Luke Walker also qualified via the non-charter system. So did Isaiah Bernash. To the green. And new leader is Gabriel Wanderley. Kev Shearer is third and Paul Barber second. We have front row running second and third. So far we've had 13 winners in 13 races, and Shearer is trying to break the streak. He's going to get passed for third. Anthony Lopez, though. I do admit, though, it is competitive. It is a bit more competitive than the last Ontario the last time we did Ontario. So there are some improvements, but I think it could use a little less wrecking. Shearer's in the wall. Shearer's in the wall. He got on the wall, but he's able to save it. Ooh, cars are going like left and right. My goodness, we're going to have a wreck someday. We're going to have another wreck. But anyway, Anthony Lopez on the bottom. Going to go for the race lead against Paul Barber. I think Lopez won this season. So many different winners, I've lost count. I do another 11 winners, 11 races, and we have a crash. I should say there were 13 winners in 13 races. I was so distracted by the crash. Again, I lost count of that too. Gabriel Wanderley going to try to retake the lead. He does easily. Man, the high line here is terrible. So the only way to go is the low line. Definitely, well, the norm for many entertaining tracks. Caution. At least we did have a green flag lap in. And it was the Walkers that wrecked out. Look at this. Both Leia and Luke Walker crash. Wow. Not sure if Leia was intending to crash out Luke, but she got loose, and then Luke got caught up in the middle, and both of them spin. Wow. Pretty depressing to have TA2 have all 4 of its cars in the race, yet 2 of them wrecked out to bring out our second caution. But at least it does set up, and a lot of drivers are out. Oh, wow. Must have been a bigger wreck than I've ever saw. Again, could use a lot less wrecks. That's for sure. But geez, all of them retired already? Must have been a big crash earlier and it all caught up with them. Or it must have been something I missed. Wow. Okay. We're going to get back to racing anyway. Green flag and Kev Shear is your new leader. And by the way, there's 9 laps to go here, so there's another caution. We might come down the final 3 or 4 laps. Unless we get a couple green flag laps in. Kyle Collins going to go for the lead. There he goes. Bad idea to be on the high line at any point. But you're forced into it, so these AI drivers have no choice. That's what makes this race competitive. But again, still could use a lot less wrecking. Again, this is the first time I've tried this track, this repaved version, so I didn't know what to expect when we started racing here in the new version. But I could see there's a lot of wrecking, and it could be, and that could make some room for some improvements. You can recall Phoenix was a wreck fest when I first returned to that new track in the new repaved night version, but then after a few tweaks, it was raceable and had a few more cautions than previously. You can recall the earlier Phoenix races were wreck fests, but then now lately the wrecks have died down. There have been still some cautions occasionally, but not as often as they were in the early days. That's what I liked. And Ontario, they could use some tweaks like that. We might be back here. We'll definitely be back next season here. But we'll, yeah, again, it could use some tweaks. 7 to go. And Gabriel Wanderley takes the lead. Wanderley looking for his first win of his career. But here comes Ramiro Adler. Adler, by the way, the Daytona 500 winner, looking to add a win to in Ontario to his resume. A big spin! William Brock right into the 78. No, wait, sorry. Mason Powers right into the 70. I forgot that it was Powers racing the 14, not Brock. Yep, Zach Fitzwater just dumped him in full speed ahead. Big crash. Lopez involved. That's pretty much it. Nope. Wait, I thought there was no caution. 'Cause I was gonna say, how did that not bring out a yellow? Anyway, 6 to go. It might come down to one final lap. And I guess Wanderley didn't want a caution to come out, but it happened. So now it's gonna come down the final couple laps here in Ontario. There'll be 2 laps to go. Back to green. So now this is going to be a race. Who's going to win? I wonder who. Ooh, they hit the wall. Here comes Guerrera. Adler and Guerrera trying to battle for the race lead, coming to the white flag. Oh, pit stops. To the line. It's... Who is it? It is Adler. No, wait. It's Wanderley. But Adler pulls away. And caution! Wow, that was it! Gabriel Wanderley might have won this race. And that was decided by inches. Unbelievable. What a finish. Caution came out in the nick of time. Let's see how close this was. My goodness. It was too close to call. Let's hope they still have it. Wow, dead heat. Look at this. It was a dead heat. Under caution. They raced back to the line. A dead heat. I've never, ever, ever had a dead heat in a race. Unbelievable. This was the first time I've raced in Ontario, and I'm shocked that a race under the caution to the caution ended in a dead heat. Incredible. This was too close to call from the cameras. Yeah, I can't get a good view. I really could not get a good view of the finish under caution. This was the race back to the caution, and I do know the caution lights were on, so this was a race to the caution. And I just can't tell. I mean, I really just can't tell. Let's go in super slow-mo and see who really won this race. But even then, I'll probably won't know. I just can't tell. Not even the super slow-mo could show you who won this race truly. Well, the scorecard said that it was Gabriel Wanderley that came out on top. But I'm not too sure. I'm putting this in very, very slow motion. The slowest you could go to see how close this race really was. Here's the finish. Oh boy, here they come down the line. I don't know if we're going to get a good view from this. I don't think we'll ever get a good view. Yeah, wow. I think it was Wanderley. I really thought it was Wanderley. That came out on front. Just incredible. Oh, wow. Unless if there's pit stops, though. If pit stops happen with the leaders, then the dead heat finish was all for naught. Honestly, I don't know who to give the win to. Either Wanderley or Ramiro Adler. Both were dead heat when they came to the stripe. I've never had a dead heat anywhere in a race. It is incredible. The scoreboard, as you can see, it says Wanderley came out in front. But look at this. They're not letting Wanderley go front in position. They're letting Adler get in position. Okay. Wow. This was a race to the line for the ages. I mean, you saw it here first. It was a dead heat. And they're going to let Adler cross the line in first. Wow. Definitely not, because it was a dead heat between those two drivers. Checkered is out. They gave the credit to Adler. But I'm not giving credit to Adler. It looks like these two will have to share the victory here in Ontario. I'm not kidding. I mean, seriously, this race ended in a dead heat under caution. They raced back to the line. It was a dead heat. I mean, hands down. I just don't know who would win this race for sure. Well, looks like we're going to have to give the win to both drivers. That still will technically continue the 14 drivers and 14 races streak. But that would give Adler the credit for his second win of the season. So he did break the Daytona curse at the same time. But wow. This was the real finish. I mean, look at this. A dead heat. For the first time in Pokemon Cup Series history. And the very first race in Ontario. We're definitely coming back here again. And 19 drivers, by the way, finished this race. It was a wreck fest, so this dead heat made up for it. So, we have two winners. Even though the standings say that there's only one winner, well, we're going to give the credit to two winners. I've had this happen before, and they weren't dead heats. They were confusing finishes that had technical errors in scoring, by the way. So we did have previous finishes like this, but when we had two winners in a race, but that was caused by technical errors in pit stops and scoring and in the leaderboards. But this is the first time that this one legitimately, there were two winners because of a dead heat. A dead heat race under caution. And it was too close to call. So Adler and Wanderley are credited as co-winners here in Ontario. I don't think I've had co-winners in a race in a long time, but incredible. This is definitely the finish of the season, hands down, or probably the greatest. I'm going to say this is definitely the greatest finish in Pokemon Cup history. And you saw it here first in Ontario Motor Speedway. Wow. So now Auto Club, I'm Now, Auto Club's not going to be as great, but you never know. Things could change. So anyway, Adler and Wanderley are winners. They're co-winners here at Ontario because it was too close to call when they raced back to the caution. You saw that it was a dead heat between those two. I just couldn't give the win to one of them, so they are both going to they're going to both be credited for the race win. So Adler will score his second win this season, the first real two-time winner, and Gabriel Wanderley will be a first-time winner here in season 22. Wow. I'm just stunned at this finish. I mean, you just can't script this kind of finishes. Not even in our Town 3, you can script these kinds of results. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this race. Definitely, if you didn't enjoy it, then wow, you must be living under a rock. But anyway, this finish was definitely the greatest ever we've ever had. I mean, hands down. Dead heat. You just can't get any better than that. Anyway, hope you guys will join us for next race, our last race before the World Tour. That is in Auto Club Speedway. Man, 2 winners here in Ontario. Just amazing. But anyway, we'll see you at Auto Club.